Most people struggle getting faster at the Rubik's Cube, and it's not because they can't, but it's because they're practicing the wrong way. And no, this isn't going to be some long, boring tutorial. In this video, I'm just giving you 5 tips that'll actually make you faster. Alright, tip number 1, master the cross. So first, your cross. If your cross is bad, your entire solve is probably going to be bad. You should be solving the cross in 8 moves or less and planning the whole thing during an inspection. And if you can't solve the cross without looking, you're already losing time. Now, I'm not going to fully teach cross in this video, but I do have a practice tip for you. So you should practice solving it in 8 moves or less. And if you actually want to get better at it, what you can do is practice doing your cross blindfolded. Plan out your entire cross and then see if you can execute it blindfolded. Once you get good at that, if you want to level it up even further, you can try and plan your cross and an F2L pair in your inspection, or however long you need to get good at it. Being able to plan out your entire cross in your inspection is crucial for getting faster at the 3x3. And if you can even get your cross and an F2L pair in your inspection, that'll make you so much faster. Which also brings me into my next point. Alright, tip 2 is going to be look ahead. Alright guys, now the next tip is look ahead. And again, I'm not going to give you a full-blown tutorial, but I'm going to give you a general idea of what it is and what you should be focusing on. Now, if you want a full tutorial, I know there are some really great ones on YouTube, especially one from Dylan Miller. He has a really great look ahead video. I'm going to give you a general idea of what it is and what you should be focusing on while you're trying to learn look ahead. So what look ahead is while you're doing something that you already know how to do, you should be looking ahead on the cube and figuring out what you're going to do next. So for example, if I'm solving this F2L pair, I could do that with my muscle memory and not look at. While I'm solving this one, I'd be looking around the cube, seeing what stuff comes up and what I can do next. So you see this edge, this corner, you see this one, and so you just watch around the cube and figure out what you can do next. So I found this pair next. And then as I'm solving that one, I'm looking around the cube, seeing what comes out. So basically that's how look ahead works. While you're doing something you already know how to do, you just look around the cube for the next thing. So that's also why we plan our whole cross in our inspection. Not just so we don't scramble at the end looking for the last piece, but so if we know exactly what we're doing and we could do it with our eyes closed, we're able to look ahead for our first F2L pair. Now what you can do to practice look ahead is slow solves. So what the point of doing slow solves is so you don't pause while you're solving the cube. And it makes you practice looking ahead to what you're gonna do next so you can continuously flow through your solve. So for example, if I have my cross solved here and I'm solving this F2L pair and I'm going slow enough to where I'm watching everything happen, and now I saw this pair and I'm inserting it and watching what everything does. I found that one and I'm not gonna stop. So that's how a slow solve would work, and doing slow solves is a really good way to practice your look ahead. It helps you learn how to not pause and to flow through your solves, finding what you need to do next while you're doing something else. And I'd really recommend it. It helps you learn to be more efficient and flow through your solve as seamless as possible. For the third tip here is stop wasting time AUFing. It's just dumb. I see a lot of cubers and new cubers when they get to OLL and PLL, when they're recognizing the case, they're kind of like flipping through and rotating and then finding out what they have and then doing the algorithm for it. So what I think you should do is just stop and try to identify whatever OLL or PL you have without turning or rotating the cube much. You can take a couple glances like this, but try to identify it without going crazy and cube rotating and AUFing all around. Because overall, I think those small pauses and cube rotations really add up your time when you could just stop, figure out what you have, and then solve it. Same with PLL. Take a look around the cube, and then don't go crazy with those AUFs and cube rotations when you're trying to figure out what case you have. Tip 4 would be fix your turning. In my opinion, turning faster doesn't actually make you faster. Once you get to a certain point, it will, but I think turning efficiently and smoother right away will help you, just like with that look ahead, turning more efficiently, creating less pauses, and not just spamming TPS, If you're locking up and regripping a ton or just spamming moves, in my opinion, it's just slowing you down. So I think you should focus on your control, and then the speed will come after. So one example of something that you could fix is your algorithms. You can learn better algorithms and you can learn better finger tricks for them. So just taking the NA perm for example, maybe you regrip and do something like this to do it, which is fine. For some reason I chose this one. There's definitely better options, but something you could learn for your solves is a U push, right? You could learn how to do a push with your index finger. So instead of regripping and doing something like that for the NA perm, you can push and stay in your home grip, which would just all together make the algorithm faster. And in different case scenarios and algorithms, there's definitely more finger tricks you can add to make it smoother and feel better. Now, you shouldn't only be trying to implement your finger tricks into your algorithms as well as learning the new algorithms, but you should also try to implement them into your normal turning. So like when you're solving cross, you're like doing D pushes, or you're doing that U flick or U push like this. Or maybe you're even doing this kind of a U flick. You should be trying to implement that into like your F2L, or learning how to do a U2 with your left hand. So try and implement finger tricks and learn new finger tricks just to make your solves flow nicer and be as seamless as possible, and reducing regrips in that regard. And lastly, you have to practice smarter. If you're just spamming solves, you're really not improving much. You're just repeating the same bad habits over and over again, and honestly just ingraining them in your muscle memory. You have to practice smarter. Drill your cross, drill better F2L, do slow solves to improve your look ahead, get better algorithms if you need to, and just practice over and over again. But make sure you're trying to practice smarter and actually improving your solve. What's most important is you fix your weak spots. If you have really slow F2L, try and drill slow solves. If you can't predict your whole cross, start drilling your cross, doing it blindfolded, right? If your algorithms on your last layer suck, try and fix the finger tricks or learn better algorithms. Just try to fix your weak spots, and that's how you're gonna get better at 3x3. Again, this wasn't a full tutorial, but these are just things that you should focus on if you actually wanna get faster. And if you don't get faster, don't blame the cube. Anyway, subscribe to me if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Lost souls, they looking for a leader, that's why I'm still reading. Posted on they block with